our third startup for presentation will be Samihan Agro Pvt Limited, will be presented by Sparsha S. Bandekar ma'am and Dr. Nagesh Alurkar sir.
Good morning. I am Sparsha Bandekar, the co-founder of Samihan Agro Pvt Limited, and sir.
I am founder Dr. Nagesh Alurkar of Samihan Agro Pvt Limited.
Okay. So we are currently in the developmental phase of our product. Our flagship product is Musa multi-extractor. Before coming to our product, we would see a background regarding why we have come up with this product and this company. If we see statistics of banana production, it is one of the highest manufactured crop around the world and top fruit crop. Okay, it is the, if you see the amount of banana production, then banana comes first in the fruit and it comes second in overall all the crop products. If we see the amount of waste which is generated by banana plantation is more than any other plantation. That's because the banana has a pseudo stem which develops, and after it matures, in 3 months it bears the fruit after maturity. When the fruit is cut, the pseudo stem remains as a waste. If you even see the weight ratio of fruit to waste, it is not less than 1:10. 10 kg of waste minimum for 1 kg of fruit. 1 kg of banana. So if we say one full fruit which we are getting, okay, so if that is around 20 kg, smallest, okay, dwarf variety if we see, then the pseudo stem will be around 100 kg. That's the ratio always. Now seeing this as the problem, we have come up with a solution for it. Let's go to the next slide. The next slide. Okay, so this is what I told. In 3 months we get the fruit. After harvesting, we get a huge amount of waste. Globally, if we see in millions tons, there is waste production all over the globe. Next slide, please. Now this waste which is generated, what happens to it currently? If we see in India, it is utilized to a very less extent by the fiber producers. There are fiber producers who would be our immediate competitors if you say, but huge amount of waste are dumped. It cannot even be burnt immediately. So those are dumped, and if they remain dumped that way, what happens to it is it gets rotten. So it can lead to greenhouse gas emission, and it can also lead to pollution, because management of so huge lot of that waste is difficult. Let's go to the next slide. Now currently banana fibers is something what is produced, and there are huge challenges for this banana fiber industry. That is because the farmers are not getting any revenue out of this industrialists who are producing the banana fibers because of the production cost and the cost of the product, which is very high. The minimum cost of 1 kg of banana fiber is 120. It ranges from 180 up to 280. Okay, a good quality banana fibers you will get minimum at 180 rupees. You can check out online also. It is available at India Mart. It is available usually online currently. Now we have approached to the industrialists who are producing banana fibers also, and who are producing the machine which produces banana fiber, which is called as a decorticator. So they are facing problems that farmers are not even giving them their farms because they are not giving any revenue. What help they give to the farmers is mere cutting of the stems and taking out that waste from their fields. That's all. So the cleanup is done by them. And max to max, there is one liquid which comes out after the extraction of banana fibers, which is brownish in color, and it actually rots after a few days. Immediately if used, it can be used for nourishment of the plantation. So farmers prefer cutting their banana stems and cutting them in smaller pieces and letting them rot over there. They will put the turn over the soil, so that their plant get nourishment. This is the consideration. Because of this consideration, this banana fiber industry is also stagnant. Let's go to the next slide. So we are having goals in line with sustainable utilization of the waste. So, we are going to develop multiple products. That is the first approach. We are having fiber, we are having a starch which we have isolated. There was an evidence in the literature, we had seen it, but we have established the standards for this starch, and we are also getting the liquid fertilizer, and stability of this liquid has also been established. Then development will be cost efficient because we would have multiple products, so there will be more demand, more money will be involved, and hence we will be even giving the revenues to the farmers. That is our one of the important goals. And sustainable utilization, of course, we would use every part of the banana plantation, the huge waste, that is the pseudostem. Next slide. Okay. Now, this is strategic methodology which we have designed, wherein we would take the fiber, the pseudostem, we will remove the outer layers, we will take those outer layers, we will put it in the decorticator, and after that we are having different steps. So, basic, if we see, there is lot of use of water, as in water will be used, and then we are going to get products, the fibers. So, treatment also we can do, instead of water we can use our treating the chemicals also, whichever we want, and we would get the starch and we would get the liquid sap. Now, this liquid sap needs to be stabilized. We have worked on it, we have achieved the stability for it, we have checked the stability for around 3 to 4 months for now. We have got the starch, we have checked it with the established standards of starch, we have compared it with maize starch, rice starch and potato starch, and we are getting good results. And fibers also, the quality of fibers, I have kept the samples in front of you all. So, we all can even check that. The smallest fibers which we have got, that is also crude, because our machine, which I am going to show you in the next slide, is in the process of production. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, this is the existing decorticator which exists, which has only one technology. There are sharp edged, blunt ended blades through which the outer layers are passed. When it is passed through these blades, okay, the layers are scraped, and when the scraping occurs, the structure which is there of that layer is disrupted, and the fibers, they are intact, so they remain intact. We get long fibers based on the strength, we are also getting short fibers, and we are getting the microfibers. This is what we get in this, but there is no technology to use any treatment for those fibers, so those fibers are very raw. If the amount of actual liquid which is initially present, the basic liquid which is present in the pseudostem, it remains with those fibers, that can rot also. That actually happens. If we keep a pseudostem as it is by cutting their leaves, the foliage is cut, wherein it cannot get the nutrition further, there is no photosynthesis which is occurring, that whole pseudostem rots. That is what happens with the fibers also. That is the reason the cost of fibers in the market today is higher. So, we have come up with a machine whose design I am going to show you in the next slide. So, over here we are using various technologies, as in like spraying of water. We have tried with water, we have also tried with more chemicals, which is giving us stability for the liquid, which is giving a starch in a higher yield as compared to if we are just taking the the juice of it, of the pseudostem. If we are doing all this treatment, then we are getting good quality starch, good quality fibers, and we are also getting the liquid sap, and that sap remains stable. So, this is our design. Currently, we have developed this design, we have partnered with an engineer, we have seen for working out of this design. What we are waiting for is the funds and to build up this machine and go and test it. Go ahead. Okay. So, our value propositions is, first of course, multiple products which would help us get better revenues. Now, this is not an industry which would be like, I would say, we would have one setup, say in Delhi or say in Solapur, or say in Pune, and then everybody is going to come and give their banana pseudostems over there, and we are going to do it. No. It would be a setup which needs to be done in villages. So, this setup will allow small scale industries, okay, in the villages to be developed. There will be more employment also. We would also, we are in line with Sustainable Development Goal 8 and Goal number 12, that is promote, that Sustainable Development Goal is about promoting inclusive and sustained economic growth, and also to ensure the sustainable utilization of products, the goal number 12. And lastly, we would increase the revenues, and that revenues will be shared by to the farmers also. Next slide. Okay. So if we see the banana fruit market and the fiber market, there is a proposition as per the ICR website. We have referred to the statistics from there. So there is a proposition which shows that there is a huge increase. Of course, demand for banana market is not going to decline. The population is increasing, need for this basic fruit is of course increasing. One of the cheapest fruit, if you can say, is banana. And fiber industry is also increasing because people are trying to convince the farmers to give their pseudostem. The myths, the disbeliefs which are there are also somehow the awareness is raised. And we can do it more with our industry because we are having multiple products. Also, we are having revenue for the farmers. I'm not saying money is something which works, but they are producing it. They are producing so much of raw material. If they can get money for 2 products, that is banana, along with that the waste also, it would be of course better. Now, this is a comparison which we have already discussed. I will go to the next slide. Now, this was one of the project which we had jotted down, and we have got a fund for this. I will show you all in the next slide. The proposal which we had shown, and we have received a grant of 2,60,000 from Rajiv Gandhi Science and Technology. Now, this is the cost estimates around 80,000 for our machine to develop the decorticator, the modified decorticator, Musa multi-extractor, 80,000. Now, this 80,000 we can say initially for the first product to develop and test it, we can go up to 1 lakh, but then our product will come down to 80,000. We have taken the highest amount. Next slide. Now, these are our milestones which we have shown. Okay. We team, we have already introduced ourselves. So, that is all about Samihan Agro.
So, your product is basically machines, right?
We actually, sir, I want to highlight on this. Our product is machine, but along with machine, we would use that machine and we are going to produce these products also. So, our product is machine with the products which the machine can give.
So, all the 3 outputs you said, fiber, starch and
fiber,
liquid,
starch and liquid.
Outcome in a single process, or there will be a different process, like for fiber first we have to process and then starch only, or a single?
No, it's a single process. Yeah, of course there are steps for purification.
different or at a time?
At a time we are getting.
3 products.
Okay.
Yeah.
Single
Is
machine
there any other machines available in market?
Same machine
such
is
the
not
same?
there.
Only
No.
fiber decorticator.
Fiber decorticator is there, which I shown in the previous slide.
Starch and,
liquid cell.
How are you separating once you start extracting the banana fiber?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The dry material which you are extracting is your fiber,
Yes.
and there will be second byproduct
Starch.
which is starch, a liquid form. One you will have a solid form and the other will be liquid form.
We are getting
So
the.
how are you separating starch and liquid simultaneously on the machine?
So that's what. Once we are using this decorticator, we need to do the sedimentation process. As in, it should sediment for around an hour.
Okay.
Then the supernatant liquid gives us the liquid sap,
Which
and
is fertilizer.
which is the fertilizer.
And the
And the
sedimented
sedimented part is our starch. But we are not just doing manual sedimentation, which we have done in our lab. There are processes like centrifugation which can be done,
That's what.
and
You have an
multi-layer.
additional
Yeah,
process to
additional
do.
process is there.
So your single machine is producing like
Producing-
any other machine, they are producing the same thing.
Yeah, but
Because
if
they'll be producing the waste liquid also,
Yeah.
which is waste for them, but you are converting it into fertilizer and
but
starch.
there is a difference between what liquid they are producing and we are producing, because they are not using any water, they are not using any chemical, okay, they are not using any stabilizer to get a better fiber. They are removing the fibers. You can check it out also. If you check out any fiber production, they are taking out fibers and then that fiber is treated. But what happens is, this liquid sap is having enzymes, it is having the phytochemicals. These phytochemicals affect the fibers if they are remaining in different variation based on the climatic conditions and all those things. So what we are doing, the fiber which we are getting is finest, first thing. So our fiber is better than our competitors which are there in the market. We are not having any competitors for
How
starch.
do you define better?
Huh?
How do you define better? Why it is
Your
better?
fiber is better.
How you are saying? What are the parameters you are saying? On what basis you are saying that it is of good quality or it is a better? Just by feel?
US product is only the good.
Yeah.
How, on which basis?
Sir, the testing on these fibers, the comparison of the strengths of the marketed products which are already available,
Have you
and
already
our
tested?
fibers is in process.
No, have you already tested or?
We have done SEM analysis of it, and we have
Okay.
compared. So basic, what we can
What
see,
is SEM analysis?
size exclusion microscopy we have done, wherein we can see the structure of those fibers. So that we have done. Now currently we are not having a machine. Machine is in the production phase. So what we are doing currently in the lab is we need around 4 hours to get around 10 gram of fibers, because decortication process, it's like blunt ended blades on multiple times it is scraping of the layer, no? So that I have to literally do in a place where I can take a blade and scrape it. That is manually possible, but it's nothing, you cannot commercialize it. So that's what our process is validated, but machine needs to be made, and then further we are going to go
So
and we are going to
fiber,
get our
you
products.
have not tested the fiber for its tensile strength, breaking strength, elongation and
So
break.
that's
Have you tested
that's in the process, but as I said, now we are currently doing it manually. So when this machine we will get, the process is we are going to get better fibers definitely than the manual process which we have done. Manual process itself is giving us strength which we have
So
checked
your
in
machine
terms
is
of
not ready.
machine is not ready.
So design
Have
is
you
ready,
got
sir.
any
Design
certification
ready.
from anywhere?
So
Any certification have you received?
Yes,
Regarding
it is sent for testing, and tomorrow only we will get the results. But we have tested in laboratory, and
See,
we are
because
getting
your
accurate
main product,
results.
what I see,
Yeah.
would be fiber.
Yeah.
Because that is the maximum you will be getting.
yeah,
to
fiber
sell,
we would get
right?
maximum. Starch
and
starch is why we are
First, I would like to go. Okay, so
yeah.
Because right now in pharmaceutical industry, whatever the starch is used, it is obtained from food grains, sir. Like maize starch is there, rice starch there, for which that food grain is to be wasted. Here we are developing the starch from the waste, and that means that can be utilized in the industry. So there is no need to waste the grains. That is our second motive, sir.
So that's
Yeah,
why I was
that's
saying
what
As you tell, in your machine at a time all the three products are
Yeah.
you are using. What is the percentage of each product, and
Huh.
if as per the situation or demand of market,
Huh.
can you differ this quantity of production in that machine?
I didn't get your question.
You are-
The differ.
when you extract, how much kg of fiber you extract,
Huh.
and what is the liquid you extract out of that, and what is the starch you extract out of that?
For example, you can
Okay.
have a 10
If you
kg
Yeah.
put
sugar
10 kg those
At
Got
a
it.
time all the three
how
products
much
are coming.
fiber
no?
you produce and how much liquid fertilizer and how much starch you produce.
Okay. Sir, around if we see
Even
any,
in percentage wise.
yeah, that's what I'm telling. So in a pseudostem, there is around 10% of 80% of water. Okay. So if we are going for the weight of the raw material, then we are just getting 20% of the fibers. Okay. We are getting with our laboratory method. Literally, I would tell you, I have done this decortication in a huge tub in the bathroom, because I have to use water, and I have to also use different, like we have used stabilizers in these waters for stability, for to prevent the oxidation, and that has worked. But this is a manual process. I cannot, there is a spray in the machine which I have proposed that I cannot do in the lab.
You don't have a model ready.
No, model is
No
not
model.
ready. No, but the laboratory process is giving us such good results. Yeah, the product, the laboratory design is giving us so good results. Then I'm
So,
definitely sure that
I have
Do you have a prototype ready?
Yeah.
we are having machine. We are having design of the prototype ready.
so
Prototype is not
machine
ready.
is not ready.
Not
Machine is not ready.
Not
Okay,
ready.
Fine. You
How
have a
can
design.
how can you assure that you have already defined that your quality is better or best?
Yeah,
Then how can you
sir.
define?
Yeah, that
No.
I can answer this question.
You are not your machine is not ready at all.
No.
So how can you define that your product which will come out from the
Yeah.
machine will be better or best? How
Yeah,
can
I would tell you this. There is decorticator in the market, wherein it has those blunt-ended blades. It has this speed setup. What is done currently is those, say if this is the pseudostem layer. So this layer, it was this like this. It is removed and then it is passed through those decorticator blades. They are getting the fibers. We are also getting the fibers. Now we have decorticated manually. But we have used water or we have used those chemicals to remove that sap which is deteriorating the fibers. So even the color, if you see, that's the first product.
Appearance,
Yeah. And the appearance, if you see, the color itself tells it doesn't need more treatment. It would need less treatment. So we are definitely going to get the fibers because that decortication is already there in the market.
I understood your
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
What point I am trying to
Yeah.
convey you is that you are saying that your fiber is of good quality.
Yeah.
But there are certain things which needs to be considered. This will be used for majorly two industries. One would be textile,
Yeah.
and second would be composites,
Yes.
to make some composites, right? When you have to use this in textile, banana fiber being a natural cellulosic fiber, right? It has to got some spinnable properties. It should have some spinnability,
Yes.
and followed by that it should have some weavability,
Yes.
right? This is a brittle fiber.
Yeah.
It is high strength and quite rigid fiber, right? So when you have to weave it, you may need to require to give some process to make it more flexible, more soft. So from quality point of view, appearance wise this should be good, but when it comes to strength working, when brittleness,
Yes.
hardness and softness,
Yes.
these are the points which you need to evaluate.
Yeah.
Though you are undergoing the machine process, even on your manual samples, you should study
Okay.
that I mean
All these four
what
parameters.
properties are defined by the agency, textile industry, IS standards, Indian standards, national international standards, number one. Number two, since it's a biodegradable material, you should also study the antibacterial properties for this, right? Thirdly, it should be hygroscopic in nature, hydrophilic or hygroscopic in nature, right? Already in pseudostem it
yeah,
contains water.
water.
It is fully hygroscopic material, right? Once you take out the water, so you are demoisturizing it.
Yes.
So what are the effects of that on fiber? Next, you are treating it with water. So have you studied the pH values
Of the liquid.
of the water you are using?
Yeah.
How hard or how soft is the water, and what will be its effect of that additional watering process? You are adding that additional process to make it good, but is that making any other harsh effects to so if you are using a harder water, it may degrade the quality of the fiber. Have you studied that?
Even quantity of water required.
Quality, that's what pH, hardness and softness. So these things we need to understand. And like softness and elasticity, again that will change.
Yes.
And same effect on starch, because if you're you're also making a fertilizer.
Yeah.
So if you will be having harder water with low pH value, the quality of fertilizer will again change. It will be of lower quality. So adding a water to make it more better may also give you other harmful effects if not used correctly.
Okay.
If the water and as this pseudostem outer layer, have you studied? You said that you are extracting from the outer layer of
Yes,
the
outer layer. Pseudostem,
Yes.
outer layer.
What about the inner layer fibers?
Inner layer is not having any fibers. That is called meristem. I have tried
so
to.
from the what I understand is that the outer part of the whatever you are extracting will give you coarser fiber, more thicker fiber, and the inner part will give you finer fiber.
So that's like there are multiple layers.
So
there are
the outer layer, whatever you are decorticating, so out of that you will be having one outer side and one inner side. So you should be able to separate those also, because inner will give you finer counts. Counts means it is the number English system in order to define the thickness of the yarn. So ultimately you will be spinning this yarn. So these parameters need to be understood and studied, and then I would be able to say that yes, this is giving me XYZ quality or ABC quality.
yeah.
So
I-
I should be able to grade the quality, not just on appearance or feel. This may feel softer for me, but again, when if it is not that soft and if its absorption is affected, the dyeing ability will also change. So these are technicals. Extracting, I understand that extraction you have done better than all other machines. But these are some of my
I have some
concerns.
justification.
And stiffness and weavability of the
I
same.
will come to that.
Because it is a stiff, how will you make it more weavable?
Yeah.
Because a stiffer yarn won't be able to weave that much easily on the loom.
And compared to demand, like in weaving, like saying it's.
I am
more
not criticizing your product. It is a very good product.
Yes.
It needs to be marketed, but provided you are considering and evaluating all these points.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Sir, I would add something over here. Now, when we had started this work, so basically I am Sir's PhD student. Sir is my guide. So I was searching for a gum, as in I was searching for an excipient. Okay, so I understood that I am getting starch. Then I worked on how good quantity I am getting of that starch. So that also, the amount of use of water, okay, that helped, that showed me that I am getting better starch. I was not touching the fibers at all. Then I realized that there is a machine in the market called decorticator, which helps me easily, like I need not grind those this thing and all, no, the pseudo stem layers. And secondly, I have already understood in my basic study, I understood that meristem is not giving any fibers, not giving any starch also, but meristem is giving the sap. Now today currently I am working on meristem's liquid extract also, so that I have not come to, like that would be one more product. Okay, so then I realized that I am getting starch, it's a percentage, I am not telling higher percentage, I can go up to 10% for the starch, but I am telling up to 6%, up to 6% I can go, as in even if a farmer uses this tomorrow and he does it in its minimalistic capacity, then also 4 to 6% of starch he would get. That starch would be little raw, it needs to be taken by the companies who can work on it and who can purify it. That is what is being done in our research project. Then when I understood that there is a decorticator machine in the market and there are fibers in the market, also there are saris available made from banana fibers, I also asked the people who are in this market, I have actually contacted the industrialist, I asked them where your fibers are going, and their fibers are going in the market, they are having the demands. That's the reason I thought of what processing they are doing. I saw that they are doing the processing, they are removing the fibers and then they are actually literally washing in water and then they are drying it. Okay, so this helped me understand that if I am modifying the process, then that there one step, okay, the removing those fibers, washing, having some setup to wash and then drying, that would be better, right? I can even dry it in situ in the process itself if the machine is developed more. That's what I'm working on. Secondly, starch is not a small industry. If you see potato starch, if you check the US standards, there are many processes in the starch extraction process. So if we are applying even 20% of it, we can get good starch, because starch is produced in India also. Forget pharmaceutical starch, our starch would basically first go in food, because this is not something, it is stable, it is also edible. Okay, that's what we have checked. That is about my research part. That's done. Secondly, the fibers are in the market. They are used in the cloth industry. So that's we have actually incubated and incorporated our industry in this month itself.
So where major you see the demand, like
Yeah.
for fiber, it's into the garment in fabric making or for like products, like compostable products.
Sir, there is most huge demand, I would say, will be for the fertilizer.
No,
Huh.
fertilizers, fiber as a
On
fertilizer.
fiber. No, not fibers as a fertilizer.
Fiber.
Fibers are more used in composite materials today because they are not grading it, no? They are grading it to some extent.
I have also seen that there are many products available where they are making disposable dishes, plates and spoons from the
Yeah, they are
from the
making it
banana.
even from the leaves. So
Leaves.
that Samihan Agro will come up with products from banana, as well as we are going to go for other plants like plantain.
2 more products are in pipeline, sir, that we
So
are
like
not
finished
disclosing
products
here.
also-
No, apart from these 3, 2 more products
Two
are
more
in
products
process.
are in
From the
pipeline.
same studio.
From
Yeah.
the same.
So it
No.
is in process, but still we have not come to the final product. Therefore, we are not disclosing it here.
And research is going on the leaves, on the meristem, and also on the roots.
तर
Now
मराठीत-
roots.
मराठीत सांगायचं म्हणजे
no problem.
नाही, मराठीत सांगायचं म्हणजे आपण या प्लॅनकडे दुर्लक्ष केलेलं आहे. हे काय कल्पवृक्षासारखं काम खूप चांगल्या प्रकारे करू शकतं. हा एक मोठी डोक्यात घेऊन आम्ही काम करतोय
So it's a reverse.
So, normally banana crops and rotation is maximum 6 months, 7 months,
Yeah.
not going throughout year.
Yeah.
So what about the rest of the 4, 5 months, 6 months? What to do?
Sir, currently the market, the industrialist.
Machine is what period of
I
time?
did in 4 to 6 months.
3 months the cycle of banana crop, right?
Yeah.
So every
3 months after maturity. Each plant has different
maturity. So the machine will have raw material says 4 to 5 months, 6 months. What
Sir-
about rest 6 months?
Sir, banana is a annual crop.
No,
Yeah.
even the annual, but normally what scenario in their market? 6 to 7 months normally these crops will rotating ways coming in market. But 4 5 months banana will not. We are not looking in Solar.
Sir, like we are having.
It's a machine. If a farmer is investing in a machine, so what the cycle of output?
So if we see, just I would compare another industry over here, sugarcane industry. Now sugarcane business goes for around 8 months, na? So that is not an issue. We are having wear and tear of the machine also. We can. That's what will be needed for the company. Yeah.
So what is your demand, ask and
Sir, we are going to work on the business plan. If you ask me today, are you having a business model ready, business plan ready, milestones in terms of which year, how much amount input? That's not there because we have just incorporated and we are going to work on it.
10 days back only, sir, we have
no,
reached
what
out
is
of-
your ask?
No, what? Sorry, please.
What is your ask today?
How much you are expecting us from us? What is the investment?
As an
How
investor,
much
Initially require for the
investment?
what is your
we are
requirement?
asking. That's what.
Financial requirement, what you want?
30 lakhs, sir.
And the bifurcation of 30 lakhs, how it is?
So, for first 10 lakhs, sir, we are going to manufacture the machine for 10 lakhs. Remaining 10 lakhs, we are going for the what we can say that is direct exhibition of how this machine works on the crop and on the particular farmers, what we can say the farms particularly. Then for remaining 10 lakhs, then remaining products we are going to make and we are going to supply it, sir.
Sir, actually once a machine is made, one machine is made, it is validated, then that machine is not going to die. That machine would be, it will be able to be used. Now currently the decorticators which are used, what the industrialists do, they are having a set of say 30 to 50 machines. Then they are taking up those machines in a particular area like say Nanded, they are doing a setup near one village, they are having contacts with the farmers, they are doing their work over there, then they are relocating to the other place. So our machines if made,
How many machines you are looking for a selling?
sir, initially we are looking for not more than 10 machines. We are looking for developing the products.
10 machine in what period of time?
First machine, how long you'll be? How
Sir,
long
for
will take
first-
to make the first machine itself?
Sir,
when
our
funded?
first machine would be ready by mid of November, and it
And
would
then
be
you'll test it and
tested
trial
by
run for
end of December. That's what our plan is
Till
for the
March you
machine.
can expect
Because
only
we have
10
talked
machines you can be selling.
No. Till
No.
March they'll be having the first prototype
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only
Not 10
Machine
machines.
itself.
After that,
And awareness. By March, we would say I already have 2 farms.
We have talked with the farmers too
Yeah.
and the decorticator industry persons too.
Yeah.
We have talked with both.
okay.
What?
Volume of, in short, what we are looking at as an investor, how many machines you will be selling?
No.
And the margin for that also.
Sir, I got your point, but you know what stage we are at? We are at a stage wherein we would actually
what I
expect a grant
I
over
would-
a investment.
They are on ideation stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are on ideation stage.
प्रोटोटाइप के लिए पैसा मांग रहे हैं, प्रोटोटाइप के लिए पैसा मांग रहे हैं, प्रोटोटाइप बनेगा, प्रोटोटाइप की उस पे
फिर
रिसर्च
testing
होगा,
आपको
पूरा टेस्टिंग होगा, फिर आगे जाएंगे.
Yes.
और
प्रोटोटाइप तैयार होगा तो ही आगे तैयार प्रोटोटाइप तैयार होगा तो ही आगे
Basically, you are on research stage,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
But why we have come for this?
First of all, I would like to congratulate you
Yes.
for making this machine. Though there are available machines, and also congratulations to you for finding out other additional outputs which they are already doing, but they are not extracting that thing. Correct?
Yes.
So it's a good product you have made. Karmala belt in Solapur district, it is a very large producer of bananas. Nanded, Jalgaon, even they are.
Pramani Jalgaon.
Jalgaon is one of
But
the-
even this cannot be neglected. The volume here cannot be neglected. So I think that you need to work on machine. You need to make a prototype ready. Along with that, you need to evaluate your fiber, your fertilizers, and your starch. Also, you need to see what end products, more end products you can make.
Sir,
And then something can be invested as a sellable thing.
Sir, there are even articulate materials which are made, like even plates. You know, in Samihan Agro, we are not only looking for these are our prime products, these are the research products. Like you can say that this will be the top-notch products if you say in 3 years. But apart from that, there are plates which are made, there is use of foliage of the banana, there is use of like all the parts of the banana would be used. Apart from banana, we would also use other plants like plantain. Plantain is as same as banana plant. Okay, and we are our business like we are going for machine, along with that we are going for fertilizers and all. So those products will also come in. Yes.
One more last question I would like to ask.
Yeah.
Like, do you have anything planned about your machine to be patented or something?
Yes,
like that?
yes, that's in pipeline.
We have submitted for patent.
Okay, and
Once our model will be done, no, then we will need to give all those results as sir said. Now today I would be
You also please refer all these
Yeah, sure,
parameters.
Yes.
And if you want, you can contact Bitra, Citra, Nitra,
Yeah.
and Sasmira. So
Okay.
Bitra is Bombay Textile Research Association,
Okay.
Nitra is North Indian Textile Research Association, Citra is South Indian, and Sasmira is Synthetic and Art Silk Mill Research Association. It is in Worli, Mumbai.
Okay.
You can contact them.
Yes.
Sasmira will help you a lot
Okay.
in developing your product and extracting the best quality out of your product.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
And then you can, I think sir
Could
can
you
guide you
submit
better
your-
regarding their project.
मला असं वाटतं सांगू सर, तुम्ही हे प्रोटोटाईप आहे आपला,
Yes, sir.
आणखीन बनवायचं
हा.
आहे, तर हे पहिल्यांदा आपल्याला DSTला द्यावं लागेल.
Yes.
DSTकडनं
सर तो प्रोसेस आहे.
DSTकडनं जर तुम्हाला फंडिंग मिळाली
Yes.
आणि आता हे कसं आहे, हे इन्व्हेस्टर आहेत,
Yes.
हे बिझनेस मॉडेल पाहणार आहेत, हे आपल्याला रिसर्चसाठी फंडिंग नाही, रिसर्चसाठी फंडिंग देणार रिसर्च एजन्सी वेगळं आहे, युनिव्हर्सिटी वेगळं आहे.
Yes.
त्याच्यानंतर जेव्हा आपण पेटेंट करू आणि त्यावेळेला आपण यांच्याकडे अप्रोच झालं तर हे इंटरेस्ट असतील, ते बिझनेस म्हणलं
याला त्या स्टेजमध्ये फार्मर्सकडे पण आपण घेऊन जाऊ.
मार्केटिंग.
फक्त एक चांगली गोष्ट काय झाली रिसर्च करताना, ॲज अ रिसर्चवरून माझी गोष्ट काय की मार्केटमध्ये काय पाहिजे आणि कसं पाहिजे त्यांनी मला ॲडवाईस दिली. हे ॲडवाईससाठी आपल्याला भरपूर पैसे घ्यावं लागला असता. म्हणजे तुमचे थँक्स तुम्ही सांगितलं आम्हाला, त्यामुळे यांनी त्याच्यावर विचार करतील, त्याला थिंकिंगवर जायला लागेल आपल्याला. आणि त्यांनी रेफरन्स पण सांगितले आहेत बिट्रा सिट्राचे, त्यामुळे तुम्हाला जास्त फायदा होईल. आणि तुम्ही फंडिंग एजन्सीसाठी थोडं ट्राय केलं पाहिजे असं मला वाटतं. ते पण कुठं गव्हर्नमेंट असेल किंवा नॉन गव्हर्नमेंटल एजन्सी असतील, पण ते रिसर्च फंडिंगसाठी करते. त्याच्यातून काय होणार नाही सर, त्यांचे प्रोडक्ट त्यांचे कॉस्ट
त्याच्यात सर ऍक्च्युली स्टार्चचं आपलं इव्हॅल्युएशन झालं. इव्हन स्टार्चवर अजून पण काम चालू आहे, विच आय कॅनॉट डिस्क्लोज इट्स माय रिसर्च.
त्यामुळे तुम्हाला थोडासा वेळ लागेल असं मला वाटतं, 1 वर्ष लागेल.
फायबर्सचे सॅम्पल्स मागवा मार्केटमध्ये असलेले, त्यांचे जे सेल करतायत ना त्यांच्याकडनं त्यांचे टेस्ट रिपोर्ट्स मागा. तुमचे फायबर सोडून त्यांचे हे सगळ्या गोष्टी ह्या इन्स्टिट्यूटचे सांगितले, तिथे टेस्टिंग करून पण मिळेल तुम्हाला, सगळे टेस्टिंग करून मिळतील.
हो सर. सर आता जसं आपलं मॉडेल रेडी होणार ना, आय वुड वर्क ऑन दोज फायबर्स. कारण जर मला 10 ग्रॅम जरी फायबर काढायचा झाला मॅन्युअली, इट टेक्स मी अराउंड 4 hours इन द
जे तुम्ही एक्स्ट्रॅक्ट केलंय मॅन्युअली, हे मशीन सारखंच एक्स्ट्रॅक्ट केलेलं आहे तुम्ही. इट्स अ गुड थिंग, बट तुम्ही यू आर ऑन रिसर्च स्टेज.
यो.
Yes, sir. I agree.
थँक्यू सर.
थँक्यू सर.
Yes.
थँक्यू
Thank you all.
फॉर
थँक्यू.
थँक्यू.